Hi everyone. The reflection that I'm doing is going to be based on The Forest and the Trees by Alan Johnson, and it's based on the chapter Population and Human Ecology, People, Place, and Space. A quote that I want to talk about is about residential segregation, and it says, "Physical separation makes it easier to maintain stereotypes, leads to an unequal distribution of community services, such as schools and police protection, and gives a physical dimension to the unequal distribution of opportunities by separating working and lower class people from the better jobs, which are often located from the central city, away from the central city." I feel like this quote is very relevant, especially to my personal experience. I was getting good grades at the school that I was at, but I wasn't progressing. And when I got to my new school, everything changed for me. And this makes me think about the students that I left behind in my previous community and how they ended up turning out based on the unequal distribution that they had to deal with and the less amount of opportunities that they have in their area. Another situation that I can relate to is when it talks about police protection. There have been times where I've been in tough situations and I had to call the police, and I waited over 2 to 3 hours just to hear back from the police, and they did nothing to help me and my mom in the situation that we were in. However, I know if I were to make that same phone call from a few cities south, then I probably wouldn't have had to wait so long, and I probably would have felt safer during the situation. In the paragraph, it also talks about how these unequal distributions lead to more crime. I think it's important to not look at the people and to look at the systems that they were placed in, because it's more sociological. Because people that commit crimes, a lot of the time, that's the only option that they have. And that's what I've seen. I feel like if our country created more opportunities for people in the inner city, then there would be less crime. We could just move more as a unit in the country. So it's interesting for me. I got to see two different perspectives. One being in the hood, and another one living in the suburbs and going to school there, and seeing how the people were different, the students, the teachers, and just how people were able to reach the goals that they were trying to reach. But I know that in the hood that I lived in previously, those people don't have the same opportunities. The people that are my age, they probably aren't in school. They probably don't have a career that is satisfying for them. And this is all due to the unequal distribution of opportunities.